Today we're going to talk about what leadership is and do a little bit of a comparison between what leadership is versus management. This information is coming from the book Leadership by Peter G. Northouse and from my experience in master's level classes on leadership. Leadership is a process whereby an individual influences a group of individuals to achieve a common goal. So first, it's a process between the leader and the followers. And so there is an interaction where the leader can actually be influencing the follower, and the followers can be influencing the leader. And without that influence, you wouldn't have leadership. And then the group could be like a community involvement group, or it could be a team or a workplace. And then they're moving toward common goals, which is something that they're all trying to accomplish together. When a lot of people think of leadership, they think of leadership from a trait perspective, which is saying that someone was born as a leader and it's due to their extroversion or whatever personality characteristics. And trait leadership is limited to only those certain people then that have those traits that they were born with. Whereas looking at leadership from a process perspective, you're looking at how leaders influence followers and followers influence leaders and the interaction between them. And with the process perspective, that goes by anybody can be a leader and anybody can learn to be a leader. And so for our perspectives for this training, we will look at leadership as more of a process perspective. Now, with leadership, you can have emergent leadership or assigned leadership. And assigned leadership is basically when someone is given a formal role in an organization, for example, a supervisor over a subordinate. That would be an assigned leadership role. Where emergent is where people in a group just perceive someone as the most influential member of a group or organization, regardless of their title. So sometimes you have people that emerge as a leader, for example, maybe in a team process or a group process where they're trying to work toward a common goal and someone steps up and takes the lead without really being appointed it, just because people look up to them or listen to them or follow them. So with leadership comes power, because without power, you wouldn't be able to influence your followers. And so French and Raven came up with 5 bases of power. There's referent power, which is based on just how well liked the leader is. Like maybe their followers have something in common with them, so they choose to follow this leader. Expert would be based on the followers' perceptions of the leader's competence. And legitimate would be formal status or formal job authority. With legitimate power, a lot of times that would be like a doctor or a lawyer, someone that has a traditional job title that would give them legitimate status and respect. Reward power would be like a manager that provides rewards when they see good behavior. And coercive behavior would be like a manager that punishes an employee because of negative behavior. Leadership and management are very similar in many ways. They both are influencing people and working with people, and they're all trying to move toward that common goal. However, management seems to focus more on structure and creating order, whereas leadership looks a little bit more at challenging the status quo and changing things that aren't working. And so there are some differences between them, but there's also a lot of similarities.